he goes, "Oh, what do you work for the mirror company?"
Oh.
Okay.
Damn,
well,
dog.
F this guy.
He told you.
And I'm like, I don't have to work for the mirror company to know that mirrors
that
are
was a sick
fragile.
burn.
Douche. Sebas, and he would like us not to jump to conclusions.
Please don't.
It's another edition of apartment drama. He always seems to have some kind of drama going on at his apartment building.
Yeah, I
and,
moved
and,
to-
and every apartment building he's ever lived in, it seems.
Yeah.
This
We've
one's worse,
known.
though. This one's worse.
And the question he has for everybody is Sebas the a-hole?
So this place I moved in at the beginning of the year because it is super nice. It's got great amenities, great pool, gym. It's central to everything. It just seemed like a dream come true for old Sebas. Until I found out that it's not the place that is the problem. It is the people that are the problem.
But the people ruin everything.
yeah.
Usually the problem.
Hey, dude, San Francisco's a beautiful city.
Oh, gorgeous.
Right?
The hills, the bay.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's
Like
scenic.
architecture.
Yeah,
It's
aesthetically,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
like I've said it even when we lived there, and the
Oh,
show used to be based out
100%.
back in like 2006 or whatever. Like we would always say at that time, it's only gotten worse since then. Even at that time, we're like, man, this would be the world's most amazing place if you can just get rid of the people.
yeah,
And the weather kind of sucks too. But also,
weather does blow.
So what happened is I have problems the most in the gym because that's where I'm the most, obviously.
Hell yeah.
I mean, obviously,
clearly.
by
High five.
looking
That's
at
what all the
that,
people in the comments and the videos
Yeah,
say.
high
like,
five.
Like,
wow.
clearly
So young.
someone's been spending a lot of time at the gym.
He must live there.
And so I'll maybe once every other week I'll send them a little note about this treadmill's out of order, or this piece has a little handle missing. And
Yeah.
it's very cool. Now when I started noticing those, I started noticing the same guy in the gym every day for several hours, every afternoon basically, but he wasn't alone. He was with one other person, then a different person, then a third or fourth person.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Right. So he's
Yeah.
doing private training in our gym, which is big, but it's not that big.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, we need 8 other people in here every afternoon who don't belong here.
And you're not going to get lost in there.
Oh, and by no means.
It's obvious that
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah.
doing that.
Right, exactly. Especially if you're the guy by yourself who's just standing there giving them bad instructions.
Uh-huh.
And so I noticed this, and I finally said, well, this can't be, number one, by the rules. Forget the rules, just think of the consequences. People say, Sebas, you love the rules. I don't like the rules. I like the consequences of the rules.
And you follow rules that you like.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
right.
true.
And
Much
you
like,
break rules you
specifically.
don't like.
much like Rosa Parks.
Just like
that-
Rosa
you
Parks.
are
Yeah.
just like her.
People
But
call you the modern day
a rule
Rosa
he
Parks.
doesn't like is the one about leaving your car in the garage overnight without letting them know at the building management office downstairs here at the radio station.
Because the consequences are nil.
We have
But-
plenty of space. But
but
also, I
back-
just want to
yes.
say, like, I think the building would love this if you call attention to it because they wouldn't want that liability, right?
Well, that's the thing. Is I went to our lease, and our lease says you may not operate a business out of your unit or off the premises. Because as you might imagine, in this case, if everybody who decided to be a personal trainer, the place would be crowded, and it does suck because personal trainers take up more space than just 2 people do. Because they're setting up little stations and they're kind of walking around and
Camera equipment.
Right, well, that's a secondary issue. I'll get to that in a second. So I noticed this one dude, and I called down to our. They say call our security if you see a problem. So I call down, say, hey, there's a guy doing personal training in the gym for somebody else who doesn't live here.
I was going to ask, do you know if the trainer or the trainees live in that building?
Trainer does. I've seen him
Trainer does.
he's in my building. I see him walking around. But the trainees do not, as far as I can tell.
Do you think they have a special ring for when Sebas calls? Like, you know how you can set a special ring for...
ringtone?
It just goes, ugh.
Yeah, like when you have somebody on your contact list,
Yeah.
you can set different rings
Or
for
auto delete
kids or-
`emails.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't say,
Block number.
Gina,
It goes
because
dun 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 dun.
Here we go.
dun,
But again,
dun, dun.
I think you would be helping because they wouldn't want non-residents in their gym.
It is a specific liability, not just, forget me, it's for the owners of the gym. That's a liability for them because you can't have people operating things. That's your insurance. If that other person gets hurt, it's a whole world paying for you.
Okay, so you called the office.
They
You said
say-
there's a
and
guy in
they-
here doing personal training.
And the security who's dumb, okay, what? So what?
So what?
What's this got to do with me?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, they look for every reason not to do something. And I said, well, it's against the lease to have people in the gym. They're taking up a lot of space. Can you fill out a form online? I was like, no, the people online said to call you. So whatever.
Yeah.
So I do. I go and fill out the form. And then the gym gets back to me, or the people get back to me, and they're like, oh, okay, this is a problem. And so every time I see him down there, I'll reply to this little thread. There's a portal, an online portal for service requests. Oh, he's in here right now. You can come bust him right now.
Yeah.
I don't say that. I say, he's currently in with his third client of the day. Maybe you want to send someone up here and tell him never to do this again.
Like Christmas Vacation, they come in crashing through the windows,
Right.
rappelling down.
That'd be
and-
so awesome. So they of course have not. It's been 15 messages later. They have not showed up to deal with this guy. And what do I notice the other day? A second dude with a fourth person. So now there's 4 people who would not be in the gym, taking up space, benches, other areas, et cetera, et cetera. Now the question is, am I the a-hole? Because I know what the losers are going to say. It's just a guy trying to operate his small business, and he's just out here hustling for the grind. And
He's trying to make that paper.
Well,
yes.
no, it's always the other way around, though. It's if you're a personal trainer, I'll go to your gym and train you on one of your day classes. I've seen that like 5 times.
So I used
to report him, Gina.
Yeah,
No. That's what I'm saying. It's the opposite. They shouldn't be doing what they're doing at yours. They should be doing the opposite. If you want me to train you, I'll go with you on your day pass to your gym.
It's what you should do, but ours is easy because no one knows who's a resident and who's not. You can sneak someone in.
This is a big issue with apartment buildings. When I lived
Yes.
across the street from our radio station, there's a big apartment building, kind of the same setup as Sebas. People started trying to do that. And they shut it down right away. They're like, no way. We don't want this. Yeah.
Question on the text as people are trying to determine. You can start texting your vote over to 22987. Is Sebas the a-hole in this situation? This person is wondering, why wouldn't you confront the personal trainer personally first?
Because
instead of going behind his back to management.
Because not behind his back. I go through the appropriate channels.
Did you tell him you're going to narc him out?
No, because number one, that sets you up for A, retaliation. B, I don't have the authority to tell him to stop. I can't say, oh, hey, and it's awkward on all levels. Because he will say,
you do that for card knocks. Like, hey, that's not where the card goes.
But what I do there is I have a cool outfit, so it looks like I have the authority.
Yeah. And he's also never going to see those people again, so the retaliation isn't really there.
Yeah, they might punch me in the face then and there, but I don't have an ongoing months-long feud.
And this person has no idea that you're the one.
No, nor should they.
I guess they haven't said anything yet, but aren't you worried about, if you are worried about retaliation, when they do eventually maybe do something about it or confront this guy about it, aren't you worried that he'll know that it was you?
Well, he's not that big. The second guy who started doing it's pretty big, though. Because what happens when one guy does it, then another guy does it, like I said, in the sunlight.
Well, I tell you time and time again, I don't know why you're dealing with these low-level people on trying to get this done.
Go to the CEO on LinkedIn?
Yeah, just go to the top who owns the building and then talk to them. Like, why?
It's a big multinational management thing.
Okay, easy. You can probably give me 2 seconds. I can find out who's in charge.
Reach out to somebody in Dubai.
Yeah, right.
Let them know what's going on.
But see, that's why I wouldn't go to that person, because again, it's a whole other thing. I'll give you a perfect example, because I was in there the other day, and there were these jackasses who had, yes, a tripod, yes, camera equipment, yes, they had and they had their shirts off because they're flexing for TikTok or whatever, which by the way is against the rules too. They said proper gym equipment, shirts, shoes, etc. So one dude is out there. He's got a 25-pound Olympic size, the round plates, right?
Yeah.
He takes it. He just leans it up against the mirror.
Oh
which is the wall, which even Menace, as you can tell, knows the bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
Because you can crack the mirror instantly.
Yeah.
If you let go of it a little too hard, crack. So I don't even see that he did this, but what I do between my sets is I go around and clean up the gym. I'm sitting there picking up loose weights, re-racking stuff.
Like you're in Japan.
Yeah, it's like I'm a responsible person.
Good for you, gold
So
star.
I didn't even see him lean his weights against the mirror, but I saw that it was there. So I had, instead of sitting around on my phone doing nothing, in between sets, I'm picking stuff up. I pick it up, put it back on the rack. Hey, man, what's up? Hey, I was using that. I was like, oh, man, it's against the mirror.
Clearly they weren't.
It could crack, blah, blah, blah. First off, you should be re-racking your weights between sets.
Yeah, duh.
Number
Thank
one.
you.
But number two, you shouldn't be leaning against the mirror. Who taught you how to lift weights? Nobody, obviously. And he goes, oh, what do you work for the mirror company?
Okay.
Well, F this guy.
He told you.
I don't have to work for the mirror
Douche.
company to know that mirrors
That
are
was a sick
fragile.
burn.
Douche. All right.
And he's like, well, what if I was leaning over here? Are you cool with that? Like, dude, I'm just trying to not crack the mirror.
You can send your vote over to 22987. Do you think Sebas is the a-hole? I think that could have thrown people who were on the fence
Well, because that answers the point of why don't you confront people yourself?
over to not the a-hole.
Because they're gonna argue just like cart narcs, and I don't have the authority to make them.
I don't think that you're the a-hole. Would I complain in that situation? I don't think I would. I understand what the rule is, but would I care enough to say anything about it? Probably not, but I'm not going to the gym either, so it inconveniences you.
Quick side example. Let's say every day somebody was cooking burgers for 3 hours on one of the grills because he's running his side hustle on his DoorDash. Well, that's not the point. You're taking up space.
I understand what you're saying, and so I will say that you are not the a-hole.
Yes.
But would I do. I'm trying to always put myself in that situation.
Yeah.
I would not be the one to call management for pretty much anything.
I'd roll my eyes and huff and puff.
Yeah, right.
But see,
exactly.
that doesn't get results.
Yeah. Sebas, I'm sorry, Gina, is Sebas the a-hole?
No.
No?
Nice.
Greg Gorey?
In this situation, I can see all these different examples. Like you could be in the garage washing cars as a side hustle, or there's somebody in my neighborhood that sets up a fruit stand on somebody's front lawn.
Oh,
and
nice.
You can't just. There's reasons that you have business permits and whatnot.
Or don't do your own business in the gym permits.
Even though I'm sure that there's certain rules that you don't abide by at your apartment building because you don't like them.
What are the consequences?
In this, I would say no, not the a-hole.
All right. Never trust a personal trainer who can't afford a regular gym membership, says the 505.
True.
You walk into like Planet Fitness, they have big signs that say no personal training allowed for this very reason.
Woody Show.
Some feedback real quick on Sebas's Am I the A-hole situation. He is in his apartment building, and the gym at the apartment building, there's another tenant who I guess is a personal trainer, and he's using the apartment gym,
not one but two other tenants,
as his own personal workspace for training his clients. And it's driving Sebas crazy. On the text, says Sebas is the a-hole. He needs to mind his own business. Times are tough for everyone. Side hustles are for everybody.
It is.
Yeah.
If your coworker can do any side hustle, why can't the neighbors?
Because this takes up space for paying customers.
Surprisingly, he is not the a-hole, says the 316. I've been a property manager for 10 years, and we actually appreciate tenants bringing things to our attention as opposed to just complaining about it.
Just not Sebas's.
In the moment is best. Sebas is doing the right thing.
Nice.
Somebody said if posting signs are allowed, perhaps type up a sign that says it has been seen and reported.
Oh, I would love to do it. Trust me, that would be my wet dream.
Surprised you haven't done that yet.
But
Yeah.
I know that I would get in trouble for that.
Yeah. Now, the person on the show that hates Sebas the most of anybody I have ever known to dislike Sebas in any way, shape, or form, would be Board.
Hey.
And so, Board, in this situation, do you think Sebas is the a-hole?
I would love to say how much he is the a-hole right now. However, he is completely justified. He's
Wow.
obnoxious.
Wow.
Even Bort's on
You're
your
not
side.
going to get
But
better
he's
than that.
Not the
And that's
a-hole.
got to be the final
If
ruling.
if anybody's not looking to make an excuse for you, it's Bort.
No, in dealing with other a-hole neighbors the last couple years and having them rent out their apartments as Airbnbs, or considering the terrible neighbor I had living above me, like Sebas is paying to live there, to feel safe, to be able to use all the amenities.
Oh, babe.
And he is also relying on the management who is paid to be there to do their jobs. They're not doing it. So he is justified.
I find that to be with administrative staff these days. Their first move is always, how can I not do what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
Now, that said, Bort, if he got punched in the face by someone not returning a card, you'd be cool with that, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean,
He'd send him a fruit basket.
yeah,
And
justified.
Bort also said that Sebas should hire that personal trainer. That's what you said earlier. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Just
that's
the great chunking of 2025.
The chunk.
Something like
All
that.
right, so can I share a little story here? There was a leftover birthday cake from Morgan's birthday, which she was supposed to take home with
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, that lazy biatch.
That was
Why didn't she?
I don't know
Well,
why
the lid
didn't
got
you
thrown away.
why didn't you take the cake home? It was a smaller one. She could have taken that home.
Oh, I don't need to be eating that.
Oh, I thought
You said you were
wanted
going to take
it
one home.
Oh, yeah.
I
people-
did for Cabo, but I think you had a piece and then.
Oh, so what
Oh,
was
there's a
this
different-
one?
That was
There
a
was
different
3
cake.
cakes.
I mean, there were
Oh,
3,
right.
yeah.
It was a
Oh.
full leftover cake.
A full leftover cake. The next morning, after not being covered, it just sat out all night.
No,
Aging-
not the
aging.
next morning.
Oh, yeah.
2.5 to 3 days, because it was
At
over
least
the
2 days.
weekend.
Okay, fine. At least 2 days
So
later.
it was dry aging, yes.
Yeah.
Seabass by himself ate like 3/4 of the cake
Less
in
than
one
ha-
morning.
Okay, Mr. Hyperbole.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
Less than half.
it was exactly half.
Thank you.
Was it?
It was half.
Oh,
Okay.
He ate half.
Yeah,
I mean,
It was-
I would have said it was a little less than half, maybe less than 3/4, but it was at least 60%.
it was.
Look, it was only
definitely
half the
Yeah,
cake.
it's still a big deal.
in one
Half of a
sitting.
tiny, literally a 7-inch cake.
And why are we so quick to throw away those lids? Makes no
Menace
sense.
throws them away.
I do
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. Well,
For
just put them
space.
You can put them
the
under
studio.
my
Put 'em
table.
on top of the cake.
The Woody Show. We'll be right back.